Hey everyone, Mike here, Rusty Garage and Homestead. Today we're doing a product install on the Polaris Ranger. This product should help us keep the Ranger a whole lot easier to keep clean. This product is sent to us from KemiMoto. I'll put a link down in the description box to this product, so let's get to it. So you can see, I've got these fender flares sent to us from Mudbusters, which I really like. Those have helped out tremendously on the front and rear, but you still have to contend with all of this. You got your ECM up there, all this mud in here, and this big opening that goes over your airbox and your clutch cover. And this area back in here is hard to keep clean. Mud likes to get up in here, just like it is right now. Big chunk of it over here. And the same thing over here on this side. Right up against the muffler, you got this void right in here. Mud and everything else likes to get all up in here, and just the hard to reach places whenever you're trying to wash this thing. So the product sent to us from KemiMoto should help us out quite a bit on keeping these areas clean. Okay, I just want to jump in here real quick. This is not sponsored. This little electric pressure washer has come in extremely handy. I picked this thing up on Amazon. It wasn't real bad on price. I think it's 4,200 PSI. It's got like, I don't know, 35 foot of power cord and 20 or 25 foot of hose. But that little thing has came in extremely handy for cleaning off sidewalks, cleaning off the Ranger, washing off vehicles. I'll put a link to that power washer down in the description box. So if you guys are looking for something to help clean sidewalks, windows, siding, anything like that, again, it is not sponsored, but I just find it very handy around here for cleaning up all sorts of different things. Okay, so we got all this cleaned up for the most part. We didn't do the best job, but it's better than it was. So let me show you what KemiMoto sent to help us keep this thing a lot cleaner. So KemiMoto has sent us a set of fender flares. That's the part number for it. So here's what's in the kit. Everything's packaged real nice. It's got all the hardware, the bolts, the instructions. This is a direct bolt-on kit. We don't have to drill any holes or anything like that to install this. So let me show you how to do it. So I do like on the instructions that they have numbered everything, and you can see in the packaging, every piece has its own number, so it just helps it a lot easier to follow the instructions on where everything goes. So for the driver's side, it says we need parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. Plus the number 8 bolts that it comes with. So there's 4, 3, 1, and 2. They did put a protective film on a lot of these parts, so we'll get this pulled off whenever we get ready to install them. Okay, so the first step, we got to remove a few bolts because, like I said, this is a direct bolt-on kit. So the first 2 bolts we're going to remove are right here. These are a 10mm head. We'll take both of those out, and then right down here at the bottom, this is all on the driver's side. We'll remove that Torx head. That is a T40 Torx. We'll get it removed, those 2, then we'll be ready to install the first part. Okay, so this is the number 1 piece right here. We're going to go ahead and pull this film off of it. And it's going to install down here on this Torx bolt that we just took out. We'll get that Torx bolt reinstalled, and then we'll start stacking these other pieces in. Now these other pieces will connect to each other using these. These are just those plastic like pop rivets. We'll push this through, and then that'll push in and make this end swell out, and that's what'll lock it all together. I'm not going to fully tighten these bolts just yet till I get everything kind of situated where it needs to be. Get all this stuff put together, then we'll tighten it all up. Okay, the next piece we're going to install is part number 4. Now there is film on both sides of these, on every one of them. So the side with the number has a clear plastic. The other side has a like a blue plastic on it, but that's a really slick plastic. So number 4 is going to sit right over the outside of this. We're going to line those holes up, push this through. Then we're going to take one of those plastic Phillip headed rivets and shove it through. Now that's secure. So next we're going to do part number 3. We'll get this plastic peeled off, but it does have the 2 bolt holes that'll line up to those 2 bolt holes up here, and it's actually going to fit in behind like so. Line up, we'll do the plastic rivets here and here, and the 2 factory bolts back into here. Okay, I do have a little anti-seize on these bolts. We're just gonna stick all this up in here, start these bolts back. Again, we'll leave those loose till we get everything pinned together. And the last piece is going to be piece number 2. Okay, and number 2 is going to poke in behind number 1 and number 3 here and get riveted back to itself. Just like that. Okay, now all we got to do, tighten these 3 bolts up. Okay, that's it. That is going to block off quite a bit of mud that's normally able to get up into here. And if we ever need to take this off to get to the clutch cover or anything like that, it's just those same 3 bolts. That one and these 2, and this whole thing's going to come off as one assembly. Let's see how it looks with the bed down. Okay, even with the Mudbusters fender flares that I have on here, still clears around it just fine. No issue. So that right there is going to pretty much keep any mud getting up on the ECM or getting packed up back in this hole. So I think it's going to turn out to be a pretty good product. Okay, driver side's done. Let's get the passenger side done. Okay, and on the passenger side, we got 3 pieces. We've got 5, 6, and 7. Okay, first step, we'll remove the same bolt like we did on the other side down here on the bottom. I am missing a frame plug, but I normally keep an extra or 2 on hand, so I'm going to go ahead and get this popped in before I get this covered up. But even though these new fender flares are going to cover up this hole, I'd still like for it to be plugged off. Okay, number 5 is going to be the first piece we put on here. Let's get all this stuff peeled off. And we're going to stick this right up in here and start our bolt back. And then part number 6, these 2 holes are going to attach right up here with these 2. Okay, now these, same as the other side, poke those through. Okay, now the next piece will be piece number 7. So piece number 7 is angled. It's going to go right in behind this piece. And then there's a hole right here in the frame that will stick a rivet through, and it'll mount just like this. Okay, now that side's done. Just need to tighten this bolt up. Okay, passenger side is done. It's going to block off quite a bit of stuff like it does on the driver's side. So it is not touching the heat shield. It's not touching the muffler. So I think that's going to help quite a bit, keeping mud from getting up in there where you don't want it. Let's make sure the bed still closes with this side. And it does. Misses this mud guard on this side. So yeah, that covers it up pretty good. So again, here's what it all looks like with the bed down. There's the driver's side and the passenger side. All right, everyone, that was a pretty simple install. I think it's going to help quite a bit, keeping mud up away from the ECM and some of those harder areas to get cleaned out. So that's going to be a win. Now, I will put a link to this product down in the description box. So if you're interested in it, you can go check that out. A big thank you to KemiMoto for sending this stuff out. Real looking forward to using it. Anyways, everyone, if you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.